Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This is your moment. Gather together each week to follow leadership by example, love, and inspiration. Welcome to Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness with one of the most prominent naturopathic doctors in this country, as well as a leading detoxification and environmental illness specialist. Now, here's your host, Dr. Roni.
Hello, hello, hello. Another Friday. It comes so quickly. This is Dr. Roni, your host, and we are talking miracles of holistic health and wellness. And there are truly a lot of miracles. And today I'm so excited. I have my friend Aldrich on the phone with me, and we always talk about this one subject together. I've known Aldrich now maybe over a year. When I met him, it was an interesting story I want to tell you, and I'll let Aldrich tell you who he is, but I want to tell you this story. Aldrich found this company that develops, or they found him. His friend Kamal introduced him to this food and beverage company that's really changed my life. It changed Aldrich's life, and it's changing thousands of lives around the country. And the way it's doing that is through food and beverages, food that have 43 essential nutrients in it. Now, if you remember, I wrote this book called 21 Pounds in 21 Days that changed the industry, that have a lot to do with detoxification and juicing and cleansing. There's so many names today, but that was over 9 years ago. And so a lot of people in companies, in individuals, in partners of businesses call me and ask me about this product and that product. They want me to endorse this or endorse that. So when Aldrich called me over a year and a half ago, we basically had a little challenge on the phone because I told him, no, so many people call me. I don't think so. And then he kept being very persistent, and he wanted me to hear him out. And I told him that I would call him back the next day, and I called him back the next day because he actually said something to me that shocked me. He said, but this food have 43 essential nutrients in it. And the way he said it, it just stopped me. And I thought about what he said, and I said, what did you say? He said, this food have 43 essential nutrients in it. And I said to myself, that's impossible. No food have that. So when I hung up the phone and told him I was going to call him back the next day, he was shocked that I called him back the next day, but I did. And I called him back after doing my research, and I couldn't believe that there was a company out there called Yavo that have 43 essential nutrients in it. So I called him back, and he said, you really called me back? I said, yeah, because this company really have 43 essential nutrients in it. And that's how it all started with me and Aldrich. We went down that road together, and we're trying to change people's lives. We're trying to get 43 essential nutrients into people because it's making a difference. It made a difference in my life. It makes a difference in his life, and it makes a difference in a whole lot of people's lives since then. And I'm so excited to have you on the phone, Aldrich. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Roni. Dr. Roni, I just want to first say just thank you so much for having me. That's very exciting, and I really appreciate the opportunity to share with you. So we definitely we met prior to that, and then once I found out about this company, I just knew I had to get in touch with you and give you this information because I know once you got it, this would be something that you would definitely be interested in. The rest has been history. We've been changing people's lives for a year straight now, and we're really excited about getting the word out to as many people as possible. Absolutely.
So, Aldrich, how does it make a difference in your family's life? Because I know you put your family on the product as well, and I know that they had a little bit of a challenge, you told me, with the oatmeal. But, a lot of kids don't like oatmeal in the beginning. But tell me about some of the miracles that is happening with your friends. And I know you told me about a friend who that had some issues with doing chemo. Tell me about your family and tell me about the person that was doing chemo.
Well, absolutely. Well, after I got on the product, after I got on 43 Essential Nutrients through Yavo, right away I started getting results that I wasn't even expecting at all. I lost 23 pounds after 2.5 months, which wasn't expected. It's not a weight loss product. It's just it's 43 Essential Nutrients. But what we found out is that, when you put the right thing in your body, when you put these nutrients in your body, it just does the miracle. It does what what the body needs. So, my wife really noticed that right away, amongst, everyone else. And, but she didn't like oatmeal. And neither did I. When I first got started, oatmeal was something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do. But lo and behold, I was able to eat it, and it was actually rather good. And so I tried to get her to do the same thing, but she wasn't buying it. She wouldn't buy it. So basically, my kids, they followed suit. They didn't want to. They didn't like oatmeal either. So it was a challenge. But I kept using Yavo, and the results came, and they were at this point wishing that they could eat it because they wanted, to feel the energy, and they wanted to feel better and just really be healthy on the food. So basically, the company came out with a smoothie, a chocolate smoothie, which we're all excited about, and that was the magic. That was the magic answer right there. My wife loves smoothies. My kids love smoothies, and my wife got on the product, and she would take a smoothie a day, and her energy increased. Her diet changed because she wasn't craving bad foods anymore. It took a little while. Nothing happened overnight, but it took a few weeks for her to get into the groove. And now she's losing weight, she's losing interest. She won't go a day without it. My kids love it. They're asking for it. My son plays sports. He's 13 years old, and he's on the basketball team, and he's asking for it. These are things that I'm not. I don't have to force them. I don't have to convince them. For it. They're asking for it. They like the results. They like how they feel, and they can tell a difference when they don't have it. So it's just been a blessing. My mom and my dad, they were on it. Well, my mom was on it from day one. She's 83 years old. She's been into health. I believe, you've met her several times, so you know how she is with health, her health and health food and things of that sort. But this has been a godsend for her because she had digestive issues for years of taking supplements, and her body, her digestive system really just got kind of out of whack from taking so many different supplements. And this is the only thing that she's been able to eat and not really get a reverse effect from it. And she's elated. She thanks me every day. I mean,
that's
literally
amazing.
Every day. And,
wow, that's amazing. That is truly amazing. But you know what? Someone just texted me and said, what 43 essential nutrients? And I know sometimes that we say that a lot, 43 essential nutrients, and we expect everyone to know what that means. But eventually, people will know what that means, Aldrich, but because we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be talking about it everywhere. But the 43 essential nutrients that's in the food, it's 14 vitamins, 14 minerals, 2 essential fatty acids, 12 essential amino acids. And I want to tell you, the word essential. The word essential means the body absolutely has to have it, and you cannot get it from your food. There's many things that you can't get from your food today, and we would be on the phone talking from now until next year discussing that subject alone. But, we know that our food today is devoid of many nutrients, and the quality of our food is very, very poor, and therefore chronic disease is way up because of the quality of our food. Now, the food that's in Yavo, I want to mention, because we're going to go on break soon, but I just want to mention that the food is not only delicious and the nutrients are essential. That's the first reason why you want to take this food. But the other thing is that it really helps with your metabolism and it really helps with your colon. I can't say enough about that because so many people in our country today, the third over-the-counter drug from pharmacies and, our products or over-the-counter drugs that are called colon remedies or things for indigestion, things for acid reflux, things for constipation and whatever. But colon problems is huge in our country. Now, we have trillions of cells in our bodies. That requires nutrients. And the nutrients, we must have these essential nutrients in our bodies in order for our cellular level to be healthy. So when we come back, I want to talk about some chronic illnesses and how this food helps with chronic illness. People don't realize, it says it in the Bible, it says, let food be your medicine. I think we forgot that along the way. We use food for pleasure, but food was designed and supposed to be our medicine. It's supposed to heal our bodies, repair our bodies, and this food does that. And I have so many examples and testimonies about what this food is doing for people with chronic health conditions. So when I come back, I want to talk about that. The one chronic health condition that really, really bothers me, and because I have it in my family, I'm sure a lot of people have it in their family, and it's growing as we speak today, and that is diabetes. I want to talk about diabetes. I want to talk about high cholesterol. I want to talk about high blood pressure. I want to talk about cancer. I even want to talk about autism because these things are real and growing in our country today. And I specialize in 21 chronic illnesses. I've been doing this work for over 40 years. So I've never seen a product like this. So when we come back, more on 43 essential nutrients and how it can help you with your chronic illness.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Roni DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Roni DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Roni DeLuce at info@RoniDeLuceOnRadio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Roni DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatShow.com for listening times in your area.
Are you ready to stop stress, anxiety, and low self-esteem from running your life? Join award-winning author Dr. Friedemann Schaub for Empowerment Radio and learn breakthrough solutions to switch out of survival mode and approach every day with great ease, joy, and purpose. Tune in the first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific to Empowerment Radio with host Dr. Friedemann Schaub on Transformation Talk Radio. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com to learn more.
Discover the 8 things the elements of prosperity want you to know. Lynn Brown is hosting a life-transforming, soul-expanding evening on April 30th featuring guest speaker and radio host Dr. Pat Basili. Lynn was guided to make this a by-donation event for entrance, and all proceeds will be donated towards uplifting the homeless community. For more information and to get tickets, visit eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com and type Lynn Brown in the search.
What if we really didn't have to die to go to heaven? Are you curious about the afterlife or rebirth? The highly anticipated new book from author Dr. Susan Allison, You Don't Have to Die to Go to Heaven, is available now. Find out how to find guidance and healing in the spirit realms. Order the book today and put it on your must-read list for 2016. Visit drsusanallison.com to learn more.
Hello, this is Dr. Roni. I am your host, and we are talking on miracles of holistic health and wellness. And there are truly a lot of miracles. We're talking with my friend Aldrich today, and we're talking about our favorite subject, and that is food that have 43 essential nutrients in it. And I know a lot of people always say to me, you get so excited when you talk about that. And see, the reason why I get excited about this is because I'm a traditional naturopathic doctor. I'm also a registered nurse. So for 40 years, I've seen more chronic illnesses and more diseases, more infections and viruses than you could probably read in the books. So when someone tells me that let food be your medicine and you can heal conditions with food, and repairing your body, and I'm not supposed to say that, but I've seen so many miracles by cleaning up the body and giving the body the nutrients that it needs. I've seen so much of this, and that's why I love to say miracles are just around the corner. It's because we're given the tools, and if you just research it and understand that the body is made to repair itself, it just needs you to give it the things that it needs to repair. So I'm here to tell you that 43 essential nutrients is changing lives today. Chronic illness comes in many forms. And what I see most of the time at the retreat is serious whole body diseases. And when I say serious whole body diseases, I mean diseases that basically take over the whole body, like cancer or autoimmune diseases like lupus, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, these are what I consider whole body diseases. Chronic fatigue has been a big one in the last 10 years. Now today, I see more Lyme disease. And why is that? Because the quality of our environment is down, the quality of our food is down, stress has increased, and we are really taking in more chemicals in the form of prescription drugs than we have ever done before. So these are some of the reasons why chronic illness, among some other things, is on the rise. And I know we only have so much time to talk about this subject, but and I really wanted to talk about diabetes. You know, and I'm passionate about diabetes, even though I specialize in 21 chronic illnesses. But I'm passionate about diabetes. Why is that? My father had diabetes. My grandmother had diabetes. Friends of mine have diabetes. And diabetes affects how your body uses energy in the form of glucose, which is sugar. And our pancreas are being insulted on a daily basis because we just really take in too much sugar. And I want to tell you that I have controlled chronic diabetes in the last 5 years over and over again, and I'm getting really good at this. And because of the essential nutrients that I am now putting in people's protocols, I'm really super good at controlling diabetes. And the reason why is because the nutrients actually goes to repair, but it also, with the type of food that we're taking in our bodies now, the quality of the food helps the pancreas, and it helps. So when we have two types of diabetes, we have one where you're insulin dependent, and the other one is when you're not insulin dependent. Some people are on medication and some aren't. But when you control that adult onset diabetes with food, you can really do a very good job if you take in good quality food. Good quality food, you got to start with 43 essential nutrients. So I remember my father would say to me, I'm going to take an insulin shot because I really need to eat a piece of cake. And when I started educating him on what that was doing, not just to his pancreas or his colon, but to his entire body, what that was doing to him. It wasn't until I educated him about what diabetes truly was that he stopped doing that. And I think education goes a long way, and that's why I'm going to be on the road in about another month or two, and I'm going to be going around the country talking about chronic illness and how you can heal your body, how you can repair your body, and how you can let food be your medicine. And I remembered, Aldrich, you was telling me about this, I don't know if it was a gentleman you were telling me about that had diabetes and he was on Yabo. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. Well, actually, it's a family member of mine, and it's a young lady, excuse me, and she basically got on recently. She got on the food recently. I guess it's been about 3 months now. She's been on the food nonstop. But initially, she heard about Yavo. I was talking to her about it, but she really just was kind of burnt out, and she didn't really want to try anything new. Basically, she didn't really know what it was about. The doctor was actually really considering amputating her leg. That's how bad the diabetes was. Wow. And that's the condition that she was in. And she finally, I guess it just really hit her to the point where she decided she needed to try something. And at this point, she was really desperate. And, and I'm just, we had Yavo here for her, and she couldn't order at the time, so I gave her a bag of smoothie. Yavo smoothie with 43 essential nutrients in it. And when I say she came to a tasting, and we have a Yavo tasting, and people are allowed to taste the food. And just from the tasting alone, she called me the next day and said, whatever that is, I want a bag of it, and I need it. I'm coming to your house. Could you give me a bag? And she came over. And again, she wasn't able to order, so I gave her a bag of smoothie. And the next week, she went to the doctor, and they took her off her diabetes medicine. Now, she was on her way to having to have her leg amputated, and the doctor told her that she didn't need that if she keeps doing what she's doing, whatever it is, then she doesn't need the medicine. And she's been going back regularly, and she is a faithful user of Yavo. She's so excited and vibrant energy. She even got a part-time. She wasn't able to get a part-time job. She has a part-time job now, and it's just real people, real things, and it's just really exciting because that's what we do, and that's what our goal is, just to get this to as many people as possible. So when we have testimonies like this, it's really, really just life-changing.
What a testimony. Absolutely amazing story. Truly a lot of miracles. Aldrich, I'm going to give out your number and your email for all those who want to call you, who have more questions, who need to order some Yavo foods, who need to get their life back on the right track. They've been eating a lot of junk. They don't feel good. Their energy's low. They want to prepare their bodies for the summer because they need to have more energy. They need to go to the beach with kids. And all those people out there, they know who they are. So Aldrich's number is 203-507-0699. His email is diamond8813@gmail.com. And truly, 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 I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you are truly helping a lot of people, Aldrich, and I appreciate that, because I need a lot of people on my team to help me. And so I truly know what it means to try to change the world when it comes to health and wellness. We're going to be going on a break soon, but I just wanted to say this one thing before we go on break, because when we come back, I can't wait to ask you about some recipes, so I'm going to have you do some recipes when we come back. But I have someone that wanted to know how can high cholesterol be helped. I want to tell you a little bit about some of the nutrients and what they do when we come back. But high cholesterol is a fat-like substance in your blood. It builds up in the walls of your arteries. It causes hardening of your arteries, and blood flow slows down. So you want to know how this food helps. This food is full of nutrients. Some of the vitamins that's in the food will actually help your blood pressure and your cholesterol. When it is called homeostasis, it's calling giving your body enough vitamins and minerals to create homeostasis in the body. Because when you have enough essential nutrients in the body, your body then can start to repair. We can't go around claiming that food cures anything, but we can certainly know for a fact that food was created to heal the body if you give your body the right food with the right nutrients in it. And one of the things that I have told people, and we hear the testimonies, and one of the things that I tell people all the time is let food be your medicine, and let me show you how. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the essential nutrients that's in the food and how it can actually help, and how it helped my friend's son who was autistic.
Do I sound a little? Do I sound a little? Do I sound a little? Do I sound a little?
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Transformation Talk Radio is dedicated to the education and awareness of Lyme disease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lyme Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Pat, joined here by
Dr. Nusheen Darvish.
Dr. Pat Basili and Dr. Nusheen Darvish will be bringing the most innovative, groundbreaking information, research, treatment innovations, and stories from those it affects every day.
I'm so excited to be talking about this.
We have so much to share.
Dr. Darvish and I are planning to do is connect the dots.
People suffering with all sorts of chronic diseases, it's time. It is time for them to transform.
Tune into Lyme Talk Radio and help keep our mission strong.
For the loyal listeners out there that have been listening to this incredible show on Lyme disease, we are not going to let you down. We're going to come through stronger and enrich the platform for Lyme disease awareness through Lyme Talk Radio. The message will continue, the conversations will become stronger, and the healing epic.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Roni DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Roni DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Roni DeLuce at info@RoniDeLuceOnRadio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Roni DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Have you ever tried to make lifestyle changes but had difficulty following through? Imagine what it would be like to get up each morning with energy, clarity, and motivation to tackle the day. If you want to get past limiting barriers that are preventing you from living your best life, join holistic health and wellness coach T. Carrie Mitchell each month on the Dr. Pat Show, or visit lifestyle120.com today and start to receive the personal attention you deserve.
A morning filled with dynamic, inspirational music, spirituality, and uplifting messages by TJ Woodward. Come and connect with community conversations and awaken your senses. Awakened Living Sundays with TJ Woodward. Join TJ every Sunday in the San Francisco Bay Area Chapel at Fort Mason and live streaming online 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time. To learn more and access the live stream, visit www.awakenedlivingsf.org.
Hello, this is Dr. Roni, your host, and we are talking on miracles of holistic health and wellness. And today I have Aldrich on the phone, and we've been discussing 43 essential nutrients. We've been having a great time on break talking about some stories and how it all happened. And I'm excited. Before I tell you about some of the vitamins and what it does for your body, I would like for Aldrich to tell, because this is an interesting story. I mean, he's friends with some of the people in the higher up in the company. Tell us, Aldrich, how do they make this food?
Well, actually, what happens is the chief formulator, Chip Marsland, who is the creator of the Zone Diet. Many of you might have heard of the Zone Diet and the Zone bars and things of that sort. And he's the creator of that. And he has basically came up with a way to infuse 43 essential nutrients into the Evo foods. And, one of the key components to that is that many of you may know or may not know that nutrients with high heat, nutrients is killed off and it's not alive anymore. So one of the things we definitely didn't want to, the company definitely didn't want to heat the food up. So because of the company's CEO Peter Castleman and his resources, they were able to create a no-bake system for the food, which is actually cooked at below zero temperatures. So it's not using heat. It's actually a freezing process that allows the food to stay alive. The nutrients stay alive. So when you get the food, it's in a state of really fresh, and the enzymes and all the different nutrients are alive, and you just add hot water to all our foods, hot or cold water. And
that's pretty convenient. Wow.
Absolutely. It's very convenient. And again, it just allows you to get the most and, the best benefits from the foods.
I love my oatmeal, and I was one of the type that didn't like oatmeal in the beginning either, and I can't wait to eat my oatmeal. I make oatmeal smoothies, and I know I use the Yavel's chocolate smoothie, and I add some oatmeal. I can't help it because I like the crunch and the thickness. I also love the hot rice cereal.
Uh-huh.
And what I do with the curry is I put curry sauce. I make the curry cream sauce, and I make steamed vegetables, and it's a great, delicious flavoring for my vegetables. So I love the curry sauce. Those are my favorite. And I know they're coming out with more foods. I've heard about the foods that are coming out with, and I'm always talking about it, and I can't wait for the other foods to come out. I would love for you to first let me ask you, is that called cold bake, the way they freeze the food?
Yes,
is
it
called
is.
Cold bake? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm always, reading up, and I wish that I had more time today to talk more and more about this. And I know because I have so many questions on my text. People want to know about recipes. They want to know, could they make cookies out of the oatmeal? Yes, of course you can make cookies out of the oatmeal. There's a lot of things. People love recipes, don't they? I mean, I wish I had time to do a food channel. If I had time to do a food channel, I would be amazing, because my father was a chef. I would love to take these foods and just make all kinds of recipes. But you got two types of people. You got people that love food and recipes, and you got another type that says, just give me some hot water and let me throw it in there and keep on going.
Absolutely. And we have a website for recipes. We have you could just actually type in Yevo recipes and it'll all come up. I mean, we have it. It's very convenient on online or on Facebook.
That's great. I'll tell her. Go on Yevo. What is it called? Yevo. www.facebook.com/Yevo. So just go, and then you can get yourself some recipes, and that'll be a wonderful thing. And then that way, Dr. Roni don't have to send you a bunch of recipes. Just go on www.yevo. Say that again, Aldrich.
www.facebook.com/Yevo.
I'm going to do that myself, because you know what? My sister Jamie made some oatmeal Yevo cookies that was delicious.
Oh, my goodness. She's the best.
I was talking out of my head, because I was going to make Steve Harvey some oatmeal Yevo cookies, and then I had to think about that, because he likes things that taste good. It's got to taste good. And I couldn't believe that I told him I was going to make some Yevo oatmeal cookies, because I had no idea how Jamie did that. So, I'm going to go on that.
He does a really good job with it, too.
Learn how to make those cookies. So the interesting part about all of this is that, I wanted to talk about autistic, my friend who has an autistic child. Now, autism is a complex neurological brain condition. And believe it or not, 1 out of every 68 American children have autism. And
wow.
It's 5 times more common in boys than it is in girls. So we already know how they treat autistic, because my friend told me that her son, when he was younger, was on Ritalin. And Ritalin decreases appetite, and it was just some side effects. I don't have to tell you side effects. Just Google it, and you'll see all the side effects. But what it really did over time was it affects his absorption of food. So not only was he a child that was deficient in many different vitamins and minerals because he had lack of absorption due to the side effects from that drug. So can I tell you this? This is a miracle. I'm telling you, truly miracles happen every day in holistic wellness. She put him on the food. She had no idea. See, so a lot of people underestimate the value of this oatmeal. They think, I keep telling them, it's not just oatmeal. Because I don't even like to say it's oatmeal, because they just think it's just food. She told me, She says, I don't understand. She says, but my son's different. She said he's not running around like a crazy person. She says he's actually attending to tasks that she gives him. And she says he's actually in a better mood. He doesn't seem as less anxious and less depressed. He's actually smiling more. She says her son never smiles, ever.
Wow.
And I said,
wow.
It's the Yevo food. She says that's impossible. But let me tell you, just B5, B12, B6, B1, B3, a lot of B's, folic acid. B vitamins help the neurological system. It helps protein metabolism, which helps you to metabolize your protein. It helps fatigueness. It helps anxiety. It helps you to sleep better at night. It helps your heart muscles. It helps your brain. It really helps your neurological system. And that's what happened to her son. It actually gets right down to the cellular health. And I'll never forget, and I don't know if I told you this, Aldrich, but I didn't even realize that it was helping me, so I couldn't blame her for not understanding it. Because I was just taking it because there's always food. It's probably got nutrients in it, but it can't be all that. And one day, because I was under tremendous amount of stress, I mean, the things that were happening. I was telling you some of the things that happened to me a couple of years ago. I'm still trying to recover. I was in a tremendous amount of stress. And when I started singing in the shower, and I just was looking, I started, why am I happy with all the problems that I have? Why am I happy? And then I started thinking about what I was doing different, and I said, Gable, well, nah, can't be. Nah, no, can't be. And then I stopped taking it, and I started taking it because I love to experiment with myself, and it truly was a big, huge difference.
Wow. That's awesome. Awesome.
So let's talk about your friend. Let's talk about your friend that it really helped. You were telling me about all these friends that it really helped.
Well, again, we have so many testimonies just within. We've only been with Yale for a year, and it's been a long time because of the many testimonies. But one of the first testimonies, again, was a friend of ours from Stamford, Connecticut, and he had cancer. He was a cancer survivor, and some of the side effects that he was left with were chronic fatigueness, and he had chronic pain in his shoulder. And just met him prior to getting started, and I just knowing him and just knowing about what was going on with him, we knew that he had chronic. We knew some of the issues that he was dealing with. And after we got the food, as soon as he got on the food, his chronic fatigueness left. I mean, the man would be in tears just talking to us about how, he was a restaurant owner. He owned many restaurants in Europe, and he had to leave his profession because of cancer. So this is very serious, and he was dealing with this pain, dealing with the chronic fatigueness for over 8 years, and for it to just go away just by putting the right nutrients in his body. He's very emotional. He talks about it, and you've heard him talk about it over and over. We talk about Kent from Stanford. He gets very emotional because he knows that this changed his life. And so the chronic fatigueness and the pain that was on his shoulder is gone. That was due to chemotherapy. So this is definitely known to help. We're not saying that it cures cancer. We're not saying that, but what we're saying is the nutrients neutralizes and it gets into our bodies, and whatever's chronically wrong, our body, it heals itself. And this is a major testimony that's helped a lot of people get on Gable just because of his testimony.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I just got the one. We're going to go to break and we're going to come back, but I want to answer her call. She's in pain. She has a lot of pain, and I'm going to answer her call when we come back, her question when we come back about what's going on in her life and how Yabo can help her. There's somebody reaching out that needs help.
Absolutely.
When we come back, we're going to talk about inflammation, so stay tuned. And we're going to talk about cancer and how it helped my client with cancer. Eldrick, thank you so much. I appreciate you being on the call. We have one more session, so just hang in there.
Thank you, Dr. Ron.
Hi, I'm Tim Darter.
And I'm Steve Kramer.
Join us on Spirit Fire Radio. Discover how to add the mechanics of meditation to your day.
And watch yourself connect in a whole new way. Find the amazing moments in life's routines that often pass us by. Add to your awareness with Spirit Fire Radio.
Tune in each Wednesday at 9 a.m. for your weekly guide to practical mindfulness. And to learn more, visit www.spiritfireradio.com.
Awaken to your radiant, authentic self. For over 15 years, Soul Purpose Advocate Nancy Monson has been focused on leading change in the lives of those looking to live their true purpose. She is devoted to supporting people in living a soul-directed life every day. Let Nancy help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt. Visit everydayspirituality.com to learn how Nancy can be your soul purpose advocate.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken, a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Roni DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Roni DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Roni DeLuce at info@RoniDeLuceOnRadio.com and visit mvholisticretreat.com. Dr. Roni DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Discover the 8 things the elements of prosperity want you to know. Lynn Brown is hosting a life-transforming, soul-expanding evening on April 30th featuring guest speaker and radio host Dr. Pat Basili. Lynn was guided to make this a by-donation event for entrants, and all proceeds will be donated towards uplifting the homeless community. For more information and to get tickets, visit eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com and type Lynn Brown in the search.
Hello, this is Dr. Roni, your host, and we're back. We're talking today with Aldrich, and we're talking about YAVO and 43 essential nutrients and why it's so important to our bodies and how it repairs our bodies and how we have trillions of cells in our bodies and that it requires these 43 essential nutrients in order to create homeostasis, in order to be in good repair, to build strong bodies and have a healthy mind. And so many people today are living with chronic illnesses, and we talked about 3 or 4 of them today, and I have one more that I like to talk about. And it's not so much one more. It's a classification. It's a symptom of many chronic diseases, and that is called inflammation. I have a young lady who called in. We don't have call-ins live on this session, but next week I invite everyone to listen to us talk about 43 essential nutrients and how it will help your particular chronic illness. And we're open to all questions next week, and questions will be live next week. But inflammation in the body is at an all-time high. That basically means the body is inflamed. It also means that it's a response to harmful, damaged cells. And we're talking about chronic inflammation as opposed to acute inflammation. Acute inflammation is if someone falls and they're healthy and they get cut. The body inflammation comes to their aid and help heal the cut. But chronic inflammation is dangerous. Our bodies are in a state of inflammation all the time. It's a slow, silent disturbance, and it disturbs the immune system. It's been called the secret killer. And today, so many of us are inflamed. And this particular lady have what's called Lyme disease, which is, if you Google Lyme, you will find that Lyme is a controversial illness that's been destroying lives around the country today. I've had the advantage of meeting many Lyme patients around the country. I'm treating a lot of Lyme today on the island. And a lot of them have inflammation that's affecting their neurological system and their entire body. And it causes great pain. With this food, by the way, I helped this one particular Lyme patient, and I love to tell this story. And this was back when I didn't even know how powerful the 43 essential nutrients was. But I had a real tough time with this client, and I don't know if I told you this, Alvin, but I put her on the oatmeal in the morning, and I put her on the smoothies at night, and I was really careful with what I was putting her on. But one thing for sure, I was eliminating a lot of foods that I thought was causing some of her problems. So basically she was on Yavo and green vegetables, and that's probably about it. Lots of vegetables and lots of Yavo. And like I said, she was difficult. Everything was dark, everything was negative, everything was bad. And then one day she came back to the retreat about 2 weeks later. I actually gave her some Yavo. I was really that confident that it was going to help her. She came back to the retreat and she looked at me with her. She totally looked different, by the way. She totally looked like a different person, better. I almost going to say, what's your name? What is your sister? And she looked at me and she said, look, I need to know what you did to me. She says, I have never felt this good in years. Wow. Kept saying in years. And her eyes got like really big, like there was some secret concoction that I made up and gave her. I didn't give her anything in a jar. I gave her Yavo foods, and I told her to get off all the other crap that she was on, and I told her to eat just green vegetables and keep it really, really simple. And her pain was gone. She was inflamed over her entire body. Her inflammation was way down, and her blood pressure was better. And she truly, truly looked like a different person. She had that frown that was on her face was gone, and that smile came back. And that's when I knew, and that was after I've already experienced it, but that was truly when I knew, wow, I'm going to give everybody this. I'm going to give all my clients this. That's when I knew I was going to give everybody that called and knocked on my door this food. It's because of what I seen in her. And so I know that we underestimate the power of the nutrients that our body needs. And it's only because we don't know. No one's told us this. They didn't teach us in school about nutrition. It's not the doctor's fault. They don't know. I mean, we read it somewhere that says, let food be your medicine, but we really didn't know what that meant. We just read it. We probably thought it meant drinking some orange juice or something. We had no idea what that statement meant. But I'm here to tell you that our body needs all of those nutrients in order for it to create homeostasis, in order for it to recreate the repair that we need to live day to day. And so what I'm telling this young lady, and I'm going to give her your number and your email, I'm telling this young lady, if she just trusts that her body can repair, if she gives it what it needs to repair, she'll be on her way. So Aldrich's number is 203-507-0699. His email is diamond8813@gmail.com. And there are truly a lot of miracles going on here. And Aldrich can give you so many testimonies. And I'm going to invite him back next week because we have so many people texting us questions, and we can't get to them all because we wanted to give a general overview of how important it is to get the nutrients in your body. We're talking about 14 vitamins. I can write a book on each and every one of those vitamins, on how important 14 vitamins are. We're talking about 14 minerals. I can write 14 more books on how important those minerals are. And we're talking about 2 essential fatty acids, which is totally the secret to decreasing inflammation, along with those vitamins and minerals. and 12 essential amino acids. That is the reason why we have what's called brain focus, clarity, decreased depression, decreased anxiety. We have amino acids. So that's the key to having what's called a healthy body. A healthy body has a lot to do with what you put in it. Thank you so much, Aldrich. You have been a joy to have on this show today, and I want everyone to be invited back next week. To please, over the week, Esther is going to send out messages for you to send in your questions earlier. We'll do a special 5-minute on your question in detail, and we like to have at least 5 to 10 different chronic illnesses so that we can touch them all. And we'd like to be able to spend some time with you next week. See you next week. Aldrich, thank you so much. You have a good week.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roni. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Roni, Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness. Tune in every Friday, 3 p.m. for more exciting guests and surprising stories. Visit her website at drroniholistichealth.com. Skype her at Roni.Deleuze. Tweet at twitter.com Dr. Roni. Or call and leave a text at 774-208-2477.